Hey guys, so I already finished one eye for you guys, so you guys kind of have an idea of what it's gonna be looking like. So the only palette today that I'm gonna be using is my Morphe 350M palette, and I'm just gonna be using just a bunch of like brown shades and stuff like that. So it's gonna be a very simple like brownish, more natural cut crease. I don't know, for me to be honest, I think a cut crease is a little bit more dramatic than just a natural eye because it's literally like following along the shape of the eye. So guys, if you guys want to go ahead and see how I completed this beautiful cut crease look, go ahead and keep on watching. So the first thing that I did, I know I haven't done like an eyebrow routine in a while for you guys, so I decided to do one today for you. I basically decided to do one for today. I'm just going to be taking my NYX Tame Frame pomade, and this is in the color Brunette. I'm just going to be getting this e.l.f. duo brush to brush just to be doing my eyebrows. And I'm just brushing, using that spoolie end just to brush them up a little bit. I like to just go underneath my brow first, right here, just to kind of make the shape of it. And then just bring the wing part of the eyebrow a little bit more down, and then focus on the top part of it. And I'm just picking up a little bit of that product just so that I don't pick up too much and I really don't need it, you know, just in case. So I'm just picking up a little bit of that product at a time, and I'm just creating this really nice arch. And I'm gonna fill in just a little bit more of the spaces. And then right here towards like beginning of the brow, I'm just gonna be turning it so that I can make a little brush lines to make it look a little bit more natural at the beginning part of it. And then I'm just going to brush through the brows. Now to clean up the brows, I'm going to be using my NYX Full Coverage Concealer, and this is in the color Porcelain. So I'm just going to be grabbing this flat eyeshadow brush, and I'm just going to start off underneath the brow and just create like a really defined line underneath where we went. Just to clean up the brows a little bit, to make them look a lot more nicer. And I'm just going to be doing the top of the brow the same way. You know what? I forgot to put this on the rest of my eyelid. So I'm just going to put just a good amount on top of the eyelid. And I'm just going to be using this beauty blender that I already obviously used on this side. I'm just going to be using that just to blend this out. And this is a Real Techniques blender. And I'm just going to smooth that out. And then to set that concealer that we just applied onto our eyelid, I'm just going to be using my Airspun translucent powder. And I'm going to be going in with this Lamora blending brush. And I'm just going to tap off some of the excess. I'm just going to be putting this underneath the brow and all over the eye. Zoom you guys in a little bit just so that you guys can see like what I do exactly on my eye. This is my Morphe palette. I love this palette. It's so pretty for fall and stuff like that. And even just for natural looks, this is the color scheme in it. So the first two colors that are going to be considered like my transition shades, I'm going to be going in with this color right here and mixing it in with this one. And of course, I'm just going to be using my go-to Ipsy blending brush. So I'm literally just going to tap my brush into both of those colors, tap off the excess, and then just focus this like in the crease, not a little above the crease, because we still want this color to have a transition when we do put the dark colors in there. I like to put a good amount just so that you can still see it, and then also you want to have a transition shade too before you before you just go straight into using dark colors. So just so that it doesn't look too harsh and looks more natural. This brownish shade right here, I'm actually going to be using this one also just to put into the crease just a little bit, not too much. This is a Lamora angled definer, and I use this brush I'm going to be using for the rest of the eyeshadow colors to create this cut crease, just so that it's more defined and it's a lot easier to just focus it into the crease and a little bit above the crease. So if you have any angled eyeshadow brush, which should be fine. You could even just wash like your eyebrow one that you just used. I'll probably just use that one also. So I'm just going to be going in with this. Now I'm just going to be going in with this shade right here. It's a darker brown. And I'm just going to be just getting some of that product. And at the end right here, I'm going to start off right here, like where my near my brow bone is. The end of my tail is for my brows. And I'm just going to start off there and make just like a little nick. And then I'm just going to be picking up more product and then just bring it upwards. You don't want it directly into the crease, only because it's just going to hide it. So I like to put it a little above my crease so that when I'm talking to somebody, you can still see it, rather than having it directly into the crease and you only see it when your eyes are fully closed. So I'm just going to bring this color up to make it a little more defined. And I'm going to bring it all the way into the beginning part of the inner tear duct. So you don't need to put it all the way down or bring it all the way down, just that much. What I found was easier was using this brush. This is a Lamora angled shader brush, and this is, oh my god, this brush is really good because it's so thin, like it's really thin to where you can like sneak into those little places right here. So I'm just going to be using this and just blend this color out. I'm not being really precise, to be honest. I'm just going to blend this color out just so that it's not too harsh, because we're going to be adding 2 more colors on top of this. Okay, so the next color that we're going to be using is this darker brown right here. I'm just going to be doing the same technique. I'm just going to be using a little nick right here, getting a little bit more product, and just following the same routine that we just did with the first, the brownish color that we just used before this. And then again, back with our angled shader brush, I'm just going to be going in there and just blending this out. So the last color that we're going to be using today is going to be this darkish brown, almost a black kind of color. And I'm just going to be doing exactly the same thing. Just going to put a little nick right here and just bring it upward. Go back into that with that shader brush and just blend this out. Now to cut the crease, we're going to be using this NYX, going back in with this NYX Full Coverage Concealer. And we're just going to tug on our eye a little bit just to get the shape of it. And then just follow along. And back with our angled shader brush, I'm just going to be going in there and just blending this out. I'll get my beauty blender just to smooth this out a little more. And then I'm just going to be picking up my Spun translucent powder, and I'm going to go back in with my Lamora blending brush, tap off the excess, and just focus that onto the lid and just set that concealer into place. With this flat eyeshadow brush, I'm just going to be going in with this creamish color right here, and I'm just going to focus that onto the eyelid and put that on top of that translucent powder. And then also put a little bit onto the brow bone. Going back in with that gold shader brush from Lamora, I'm just going to be going back in to the crease part of it. And I'm not even going to pick up any more eyeshadow. I'm just going to be using just whatever was left. And now I'm going in with my NYX liquid black liner. And I'm just going to do a regular cat liner, as you can see that. So I finished up with the liner, and I noticed that this is being a little bit not blended out towards the end, so I'm just going to be using my NYX blending brush just to blend it out a little bit more. And that's exactly what happened on this side also. So I'm just going to do just the same bases. Focusing on the face, I'm going to be using my NYX Color Concealer, and I'm just going to get a flat eyeshadow brush and just hide some of this redness. Go back, just gonna spray my blender with this Badescu facial spray, and I'm just gonna blend this. I'm gonna be using my Too Faced Born This Way foundation today, and I'm just gonna blend it out onto the face. Now I'm just going to be getting my Maybelline Fit Me Concealer, and it's just going to be highlighting underneath the eye. Man, I can't talk today. My chin. I'm going to go in and blend that out. To bake underneath the eye, I'm just going to be using this flat side of the rotating blender, and I'm just going to put that underneath the eye, my chin, my cupid's bow-ish, like my half of it actually, and then my forehead. And then I'm going to be using my L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Powder, and this is in the color Natural Beige. So I'm just going to be using this e.l.f. complexion brush just to get the rest of the face that I didn't put some setting powder on. Now I'm just going to be going in with this Ulta pressed powder, and I'm just going to be using this Real Techniques contour brush right here, and I'm literally like just going to get some of the product and just push it underneath the eye. Only because that Spun translucent powder kind of like emphasizes my lines underneath here, so I just want to set that into place a little more. Okay, so now to bronze up the face a little more and to bring some color back into my face so I don't look so damn pale, I'm going to be using this NYX contour brush and this matte bronzer in the color Warm from Ulta, and I'm just going to get a good amount and just tap off the excess and just bronze my face up a little more. Under here, just to make my face look small. Since we're still using this, I didn't do it yet on this side. I was waiting to do this side first, so I'm just going to be using this Morphe angled eyeshadow brush just to snatch my nose. Blend that out. Now to define my contour a little more, I'm just going to be going in with a little more of that Spun translucent powder just to make the line a little bit more precise and let that sit for about 30 seconds or so. Now time for some highlights. I'm just going to be using, where did I do that? Like a liquid highlighter. And I'm just going to bring it up like this. And I'm just going to be using my beauty blender just to blend this out. I just love highlighter, honestly. I'm just, man, I don't know. What were we? What were we using to, like, before highlighter, honestly? What were we using? Like, I literally was thinking about it the other day, and I was honestly thinking, like, what the hell did we use before a beauty blender? And I really had to ask my best friend, like, what did we use before that? And she was like, I think we just used just a regular, like, foundation brush. And I'm just like, oh god, like, we went out looking like that. Like, it would literally, like, just imagine this makeup just being planted on your face without being able to blend it out, look more natural. So just imagine, like in your head, just imagine what you would look like, what it looked like beforehand. So I'm just gonna be using my Smashbox highlighter. This is the Casey Holmes Spotlight palette, and I'm just gonna be using this Real Techniques contour brush, and I'm gonna be using all 3 shades and just placing them one on top of the other. And then I'm just going to be let's just brush this away. And now back into the eyes. I just gotta do some mascara and then just do the glitter liner. So today the glitter liner that I did use was the NYX Liquid Crystal Body Liner, and this is in the shade Crystal Silk. Okay, so I'm just gonna be doing a regular winged liner right on top of like the black liner that we just did. I'm gonna be using this Lamora size shader brush right here, and I'm just gonna be using my NYX Brilliance right on top of it, and this is like a bronze, the color bronze. So now that we're finished with the glitter on there, I'm just gonna be putting some white eyeliner in onto my waterline, and this is the NYX Jumbo Liner in the color Milk. Back in with my Morphe palette, I'm going to be going in, using this Lamora classic shader brush right here. I'm just going to be using the transition shades of this one and this one, and I'm just going to be putting that onto the lash line. I'm just going to go in a little bit with this shade also. It's not too dark, but then it's not too light, just to define it a little more. This eyeshadow brush, I'm just going to be going back in with that Smashbox Spotlight palette, and I'm just going to be using that cream color, and I'm just going to be putting that into my inner tear duct. I'm just going to be spraying my face with this Ulta makeup setting spray. I'm going to be doing my lashes and then my lips next. So I'm just going to be using this Maybelline Falsies Push Up Drama. I'm just going to be coating my top lashes. I'm just going to be going in with this Santee lip liner in the color Coffee. And I'm just going to be lining my lips. The only thing about this lip liner brand is, see how this shade, it shows like more of like a brownish tone color. It's actually like when it goes on, it's actually like a really like a magenta pinkish color, which is really weird for some reason. I'm gonna be going in with this JLB lipstick, and this is in the color Mauve. This is just a beautiful packaging. It's so pretty. I got this during Christmas time. I don't remember who bought it for me though, but it's so pretty, and this is just a neutral pink color. Guys, so this is the finished look. I love the way it came out. Yeah, I don't know, I feel like it's very natural and it looks just good on any eyes, and especially that I have brown eyes, I feel like it brings them out a little bit more. I love how smoothly and everything I just love the way like it came out. It just looks so simple, but then the glitter kind of brings it out a little bit more to make it pop. So if you guys like this video, don't forget to give me a huge thumbs up, and that would help me so much. Please don't forget to like this video. And don't forget to subscribe down below if you guys have not already. Button next to it so that you guys can be notified on all of my future videos that I do post up. And also I will link down some of my newest videos that I did post up, so you guys can go ahead and check those out too. Without further ado, I think that was pretty much the video. You guys, I just love the way it came out. It was so simple. I literally feel like we accomplished this very quickly, which is really good. So I'll go ahead and see you guys in my next video. Bye!